Welcome back. You're listening to the Kate Daly Show. So happy about that. And of course, I got a great guest, and I had so many great guests for last week. And when I was out, and Jim was one of them, and I really was excited to have him on to talk about the fallout. There was an article about 6 hours ago, Jim, where Jim Lee, my guest from climateviewer.com, and I, I, I was I was kind of chuckling because it said basically these hurricanes, which they said aren't hurricanes, okay, because they said that they were storms. These hurricanes are wreaking havoc on mental health. And you know, I could understand a Cat 5 coming in and maybe messing with that a little bit, but the articles keep coming in, and the crazy is still crazy as far as the reporting on this. And they keep calling it Hurricane Milton, and then they keep declassifying it as a storm, but they keep calling it Hurricane Milton. So that sticks in our head, right?
It does. And I mean, if you think about the terminology that's been used
Yes.
lately over the last couple of years, we had rain bombs,
Yes.
then we had bomb
Yes.
cyclones. And I
Bomb
just
cyclone.
the craziest one, this was in the last year,
Uh-huh.
a Mateo tsunami.
What? A Mateo tsunami?
Mateo tsunami.
All right.
I literally these weather jockeys,
Yeah.
sit around the room and are like, what's something even scarier that we could come up with to put in the clickbait title of our video to make people pay attention to our weather stream instead of the other guys?
That is
it's
the
like
truth.
Doppler radar wars of, we have the Doppler 15,9,000, like our Doppler's better than your Doppler.
It reminds me of the SNL clip, which I played last week when you were on. I think it was the week before, and I played it because it was the SNL clip. They're going to be in the storm, live in the storm. Anyway, a storm tracker. So we have a caller for you. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show. Go right ahead.
Yes, thanks for bringing some sanity to all this.
Right.
NBC kept broadcasting the same line. They said this is going to be a storm, 1 in 1,000-year storm, over and over again. And it would be comical if it wasn't so tragic why they're doing all this. Mm-hmm. But for 60 hours, they kept telling us, in the media, the death toll keeps going up. So I kept looking to see how much death toll went up. It was every time except once it went up to one person. Oh. And then the last time it was two people. One time it was two people. 17 was a death toll reported. And of course, they lie about things like that. The storm, 1 in 1,000-year storm. But the reason, what did I want to bring up here is this is a classic example of the Hegelian dialectic. Yeah. They create a problem, or they tell us there's this huge problem, and then they give us the reaction, and they give us a solution. And the solution is always less freedom, less national sovereignty, and so forth. So, they're writing this global warming hoax, all the way to totalitarianism around the world. I think it's really important people realize that. Jim, my question is about hurricanes around the world. From the research I've looked into for many decades now, the frequency intensity of hurricanes in the 6 hurricane regions of the world have been at normal rates or lower than normal. There is no correlation with CO2 production by man. Can you confirm that? And maybe talk about how they're using this to take away our freedoms?
Thank you. Appreciate that. Jim?
Excellent point. Excellent. Right on the money.
Yep.
And it wasn't a question, but I want to bring it up. Isn't it a coincidence that North Carolina actually got hit with 2,000-year floods in a month? Because they just had a 1,000-year flood before Helene actually came, and it wasn't reported by the media. Go look it up. 22 inches of rain in a single day. That's insane.
Yeah, that is.
So, yes, I can confirm what you're saying. Over the 170 years that we've been tracking hurricanes, there has been no correlation between CO2 and intensity or frequency of tropical cyclones. In fact, they have not been intensifying or more of them. In fact, from 2005 to 2017, we had a hurricane drought. I don't know if I mentioned this the last time we were on. But after Katrina, we had 10 years where there were during that 10-year period, 5 years, there were no hurricanes at all that made landfall, which is very rare. And then, of course, Trump got into office. He canceled the Paris Climate Accord, and the climate scientists got really big mad.
Right.
And suddenly 3 hurricanes hit all the rednecks that voted him into office.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to come right back. We got to go to a break. We're going to come right back. More on this. This is fascinating when we come back. Kate Daly Show, more with Jim Lee.